all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. This is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 12th of July. In a sign of things to come, KPR Mill has become the first company to cancel its buyback plan after Budget 2019 proposed a tax on the repurchase of shares. The apparel maker, in an exchange filing, said it will be unable to meet buyback obligations beyond the amount approved by the board of directors and shareholders. Remember, the budget proposed a tax of 20% plus surcharge and cess on the buyback of listed shares, totaling 23.3%. Prior to this, only dividend payments by companies were taxed at 15% plus the applicable surcharge and cess. By now, you're familiar with the proposal in the budget to raise the surcharge on those earning above 2 crore rupees. It's something that's causing a lot of worry for several foreign investors. It turns out that these investors may struggle to circumvent India's higher tax, as the option proposed by tax authorities to sidestep the levies isn't easy to implement. Since the higher surcharge applies to non-corporate structures, which include trusts and individuals, officials suggested that foreign institutional investors convert to a corporate structure. But according to one tax expert, under general anti-avoidance rules, tax authorities can question such a move and even deny tax benefits to an entity if the change in the structure is purely led with an intention to avoid tax. Indians now spend a bigger proportion of what they earn on buying a home than in 2015, according to the Reserve Bank of India's Residential Asset Price Monitoring Survey of 13 cities. The house price to monthly income ratio has risen from 56.1 in March 2015 to 61.5 in March 2019. The government wants the Securities and Exchange Board of India to go deeper into the Indigo promoter dispute and probe the role of all board members and every entity associated with Rakesh Gangwal and Rahul Bhatia, the co-promoters of Interglobe Aviation, which controls Indigo Airlines. Sticking with aviation, Tata Singapore Airlines run Vistara has announced that it will now fly to Singapore. Starting next month, it will operate 2 daily flights to the Southeast Asian city-state, one each from Mumbai and Delhi. Investment firm Temasek Holdings is betting on the consumption theme in India despite a slowdown in the economy. That's according to Ravi Lamba, India head and global head of telecom, media and technology. In an interview with Bloomberg Quint, he said that the consumption theme remains intact and that drives Temasek's long-term investment strategy in the country. US equities rallied late to close at a record high, with treasuries retreating after the latest American inflation reading came in higher than anticipated. The dollar dropped for a second day and gold slipped. The Dow and the S&P 500 rose 0.8 and 0.2% respectively, while the Nasdaq slipped just a little bit. Asian markets are mixed this morning, with 2 of the 3 early risers trading lower. Oil has risen to its highest price in almost 2 months, with futures in New York rising 4.5% to the highest settlement since the 22nd of May. A storm brewing in the Gulf of Mexico could reach hurricane status before making landfall. Apart from that, the Energy Department reported that U.S. crude stockpiles shrank by 9.5 million barrels last week, surpassing all 13 estimates in a Bloomberg survey. Brent was close to $67 to a barrel last I checked. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Darshan. How are we looking today?
Hi Alex, good morning. Good morning everyone. Global cues are doing well. The US markets did well, but the SGX Nifty is indicating a downtick. The Asian markets are also trading subdued. But lots of numbers today. Infosys and IndusInd Bank are the 2 Nifty now companies that will come out with numbers. Karnataka Bank, Hathway Cable, 3i Infotech and TRF are the other companies. Den Networks came out with numbers. Revenues were flat, net profit at 11 crores versus a loss of 31 crores. And the net profit is higher on account of other income of 51 crores in this quarter. EBITDA are down 11%, which means margins are 13.4% versus 15%. The cricket season drives up the cable business, but the management did not disclose the cable nor the broadband businesses' ARPU and subscriber count. KPR Mills withdraws the share buyback proposal citing budget proposal. KPR Mill is now the first company to withdraw the buyback post the budget. Cox & Kings will be in focus. Care Rating downgrades the long-term debt facilities to Care default. HFCL wins order worth 200 crores from BEL for the supply of optical fiber cable. Gravita India has started commercial production of aluminium cast alloys from its new Tanzania plant, and the company expects to generate 20 crores in revenues with gross margins of 15% in FY20. And in terms of brokerages, the Bank of America Merrill Lynch has come out with a note on cement. They have upgraded ACC to a neutral from an underperform with a target price of 16.95. Even they've upgraded Ambuja to a buy of and a target price of 261 versus 238. And both in terms of valuations, they expect continued rollback of price hike in the second quarter. And they believe cement demand will moderate to 5.6% CAGR over FY19 to FY22. UBS analyzed the annual report of Lupin. They maintain a buy with a target price of 900. They believe that the FY19 cash flow was boosted by decreasing working capital and the margin pressure will remain in the emerging market business. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a lovely day and an even better weekend.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you could listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.